So, welcome back everyone. We're gonna leave our white hats on this time, I assume. This time we have our couple of local heroes, Peter and Toms, and the stage is yours.
All right. I think.
Yeah, you have my.
Does it work? Does it work?
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, testing. It is. Okay. So, hi guys. How are you doing today? I think you are tired already, but good news. This is the last session for today, and this will be like a hacking demo, as you all know. So, as already mentioned, my name is Tom, and this is my friend Peter, ethical hackers trainer, and he will be attacker today, and I will play a role of a victim. I told you.
Well, we like role games.
Yeah, to party, right? Okay. So today we will play around with some files and data and some traffic sniffing. Do you know what is the most widely used protocol for sending files between computers?
In local network, yeah. In
Yeah.
local network.
Who said SMB?
Oh, you deserve candy.
Yeah, we have something special for you today.
That's a secret. Single one. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, you're right, SMB, and it is still popular and will be for a long time, I guess.
But okay, you've got your chance. You've got your chance. Tell me what you use SMB for. Do you use SMB for? Thank you very much. So one seemed not to deserve the candy. So.
Okay, but as you might know, but I think not all know that, we have some issues with SMB. And now I will give a word to Peter, and he will explain some basic things so all of you can understand what is going on here. So, Peter?
Yeah, we have choose this topic, because it's important. It seemed to me important because, say, we use it every day. So, what do you use SMB for instance? Anything? Resource sharing, okay? Anything else? Exploits. Oh.
That's a
okay, good version. Yeah, I want to hear something really important. Anything? Okay. We in some companies we save scanned documents to SMB share. Anything else? Do you use Active Directory at all? Well, you do. So what to do? What? Okay, so what do workstations use SMB for? Do they read something? Workstations?
when they are starting up, for example.
What in particular? Group policies. Who said that? You deserve candy. Group policy, yeah. That's why it's important. And that's why we've chosen this topic, okay? Yes. And you also use SMB to keep your data in your home folders, isn't it? You do. Okay. So first, I will show you some little trick, some very standard classic SMB hack. Very simple one, okay?
Yeah.
And this is, I will capture credentials. For this exercise, for this demo, I will use my Kali Linux. Not this Metasploit anymore, not now.
Please don't, yeah.
Do you like it? Okay.
No, 4 times in
In a
20
row.
minutes, it's too much.
All right, so I will use some particular executable, which is responder.
But actually, some of you might remember XP times when it happened a lot. I mean, blue screens.
So what is responder designed for? when some computer wants to navigate to SMB share to some server, it broadcasts the request. Like, server, where are you? And what does responder do? It replies back, I'm the server, please come to me. So, can you please, Mr. Tom, navigate to your favorite SMB server, such as your something.
Okay, no problem. I don't remember the name of the server. I hope it's just server.
Just a server. It's enough.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, well, it's done. Now, what's here?
What's done?
Just simply everything. So, what's in here?
I got nothing.
Oh well, you will get something. What you see in responder, it replies back to Tom like, okay, I'm the server, please connect. And what does user do? In this case, he sends their credentials. And this is what you see in here. Oh, stop it, it's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, but I got nothing. So you are interrupting me or what?
Oh.
No?
No. Because actually,
So I just got wrong name of the server, yes?
could be, yeah. But let me explain what we see on the screen.
Oh yeah, that's my
What we
fault.
see on the screen. So you see the credentials of a manager, and here's NTLM session security hash. Is it simple enough for you? No? What do you do next? Of course, the credentials are hashed, so it's not as simple to get the real password, right? But if your password was weak enough, something simple, I'd send this hash to key enable and decrypt it in minutes or seconds or maybe hours. This depends. But you know what? Tell me, Tom, is the password the most important, the most valuable for you in your PC?
Well, I guess yes, but I think it's not the main problem for me. I think the data I have and my financial data or pictures are most important to me.
So some budget files, maybe pictures,
Yeah.
maybe some other
Definitely.
data, maybe whatever, like invoices and so on.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah. Why? Because, you know what? I will not waste my time trying to crack this hash. I will dump data. Because I consider user data to be the hack value in this scenario. It's not the password. What do you do with password? Okay, I can play around a little bit, but what I really need, what I really want to get is user data. Okay. So it's done with responder. Okay, responder is working. You can capture the hash and use whatever.
It was actually totally seamless to me because I just entered wrong server name. But as you saw, I then opened up and nothing was interrupting me from working normally. But he got my credentials.
Tell me, Tom, do you need to type anything in your PC to send your credentials?
Not necessarily, because there are many situations when computer is communicating with the domain controller on such, or for example, if you were in the domain environment and just put the computer into sleep, go to some coffee and just open up and connect to public wireless, then your computer will start to connect to all the shares and domain controller where he was left off, and it will also send these credentials. And if somebody is listening, he will get the same thing.
Yeah, but we will not waste our time cracking the hash anyway. So we will move to user data. For this demo, I will use ARP spoofing attack. So, Tom, do you know what ARP spoofing is?
Yes, I know, but probably some of our guys don't know, so please explain to us.
Okay. Do you know what ARP spoofing is? Yeah, what's that? Just simply no? Oh, thank you very much. Man-in-the-middle attack. Okay, let me describe just in short.
Well, ARP spoofing itself is man in the middle, but we are talking about how the ARP works right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
if you can explain this.
Yeah.
So let me explain it just a little bit. So when two computers, Alpha and Bravo, want to communicate by IP addresses in the single subnet, actually they never communicate by using IP addresses. They communicate by using MAC addresses. So computer Alpha broadcasts the ERP request, which looks like Alpha asks, like, who has IP Bravo? And Bravo responds back, hello, I'm Bravo, IP Bravo, MAC Bravo. And the man in the middle, which is attacker, which is connected to this network. So say this one is the attacker. It generates, it produces faked ERP packets, convincing victims to communicate to him, not to real partner. So in this scenario, hacker will announce, I am IP Bravo, I am IP Alpha, and my MAC address of my hacker machine. And by this, Alpha will navigate to, okay, it will send packets, send frames, actually frames, to hacker. Hacker will make a copy of the frame and forward the frame to the right victim. So this is one way, and also it works both ways. So Bravo will respond back to Alpha, actually to hacker, and hacker will make a copy of the frame and forward the frame to Alpha. This is how it works. Okay, now.
So, and for the client, it happens seamlessly, so nobody actually suspects anything once again.
So, yeah, you never recognize it happens until you have some specific tools running, of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on this attack machine, I will launch Kane. Probably you know this software, yeah? Have you played around a little bit? That's good. So, well, I will switch to Sniffer and discover the network. Okay, in Sniffer mode. Yeah. I will discover the network. I found few victims in this network. We actually have a lot of victims in here.
Yeah,
so
just to be clear, I'm working on 2 computers. My 2 computers are Windows 7 and Windows 8 computers. Yeah.
For this exercise, it's quite acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And I will spoof between the file server and SMB clients. So switching to APR, I will add the file server, which is this one, and 2 victims on your machine. And I will execute this attack. Okay, now I'm poisoning ERP, and all the traffic comes from my machine.
So
okay?
This process that Peter just described is called poisoning. ARP poisoning.
ERP poisoning, yeah. All right, so on top of this, I will launch some specific tool which is designed to dump files from the captured traffic. Okay, and this tool is called Network Miner, this one. Okay, I will select this network interface card and begin dumping files. Okay, Mr. Tom, what are you up to?
Okay, and for this exercise, I'm like at my office and working with my files on my home folder, on which is on server with my data, and I'm updating my expenses from the last trip. Just a moment. I'll open it up directly from my home folder.
Yeah, the Excel will search for Windows Update and activation services, so it's okay.
Sorry for the bother. So, trip to the Italy, like 5,000 and... Okay, never mind. I'll do it later. It will take too long. But maybe you saw that I...
What did you do in your trip?
Bought a new car. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, why?
Okay, just wondering what's happening, what you're up to. So, have you saved your file? Yeah, that's good. It may take a few minutes or maybe a few seconds to process
Oh,
the
well,
capture file.
while we're waiting,
That's
I will
why
open up
I'm not
again.
in hurry. I'm taking my time because I want to see something modified in this traffic. Actually, I have extracted something. Yeah, that's it. But let's give it a try. Why not? Oh, well. Well,
What?
you spent $1 million on your Lamborghini. Or 10 million. Oh, 1 million, yeah.
How
That's
do you know
good.
that?
Just guessing. Making my guess.
Yeah, sure.
You can work. You can work more.
Okay.
Definitely.
I will.
I will take my time because it's not necessary to happen in second. Okay, let me check. What's that? Oh, not assembled by the moment. Still need few minutes. Just walk. You continue walking. Because I want to. Oh, is this the car from your trip? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You can also switch to some other machine.
Hmm.
Funny girls. Maybe you have more users. You can provide more traffic.
Okay.
So this is not necessary to happen in a second, unfortunately. But eventually it will assemble all the packets. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I lost something.
What? What you see in here is the user was saving file, but still I'm waiting for assembled packets. Produce more traffic. Okay. At the same time, I will make sure nothing breaks into this communication.
Yes, unfortunately, sometimes it takes some time.
It takes some time, yeah. Sometimes it happens. I can also do what? I will stop start. Just be sure the pointing works. So I have packets. Just close the file, it's okay. It's okay. So anyway, I've got my hack value, and this happens seamlessly to user. It's completely transparent. So user works with his file server. You can also open, save files to a file server.
Yes, as you see, nothing wrong happens. Nothing hangs or some interruptions. Nothing is wrong. I'm just working with my files directly on the server. I can do whatever I need. So,
well, I will wait a little bit for packets to assemble, but that by that time, still we can discuss the issue. Anyway,
okay.
this may take some time. No. All right. So the issue is that even though SMB sends credentials in hashed way, the files themselves are sent unencrypted by default. This is it. So, Tom, I can see your files. Okay, something not really right at the moment. I will also restart. You know what? I will also restart, by the way, this machine, just to be sure everything is right. Sometimes virtualization is not as is the
Yes, this exercise
faster.
was tested like 3 or 4 times today,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it
Yeah.
happens.
It happens, yeah.
Okay, but anyway,
Anyway,
Peter would get the same content as I did anyway, and so I'm totally unprotected. But can you, some of you, maybe suggest how can I protect my data? What could I use to protect?
Secure protocols.
Like?
SFTP, SMB,
Who said encryption first? Okay. Well,
You don't
let-
have your candy yet. Yeah. It's okay. Good idea. Any more ideas?
he said encryption.
What kind of encryption?
Just any disk file encryption, BitLocker.
Encryption.
You mean, for example, like encrypted file system, maybe?
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it
Okay.
a try. Let's give it a try. So I'm continuing my attack. I will perform cleanup on the system to be sure I have removed all the files.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready.
Can you please encrypt your files?
Okay. Then the first step I will encrypt using just this one checkbox. Yeah. And that's it. And I say that encrypt this file only. And as we see, Windows already shows that it is encrypted. It lights in the green color. So
Okay, let's play around. You can also try to encrypt picture or open this budget
Yeah.
file as well.
okay, I'll quickly encrypt this one as well.
Right, that's good.
I can actually encrypt all the folder, but it doesn't matter at this moment.
What about your budget?
Okay, so let's update the last line of it. No, it's too. Should be a little more. Okay, and
Have you saved?
yeah, sure. So, and let's try to open once again my new car and take a look if everything has been saved in my expenses file. So it opens up. Yes, it is there. So, Peter, how are you doing?
Let me check the pictures. By the way, when I have launched my network miner, the expenses file was encrypted already. Okay, so this is what he was opening. Let's give it a try. Let's check if packets were reassembled well. Yeah, that was the original file. I will do what? I will navigate to this file and will copy it. Not here. I will copy it to my desktop, just to rename to Excel. Let's see, because it's still assembling. Assembling.
Okay, and let's compare.
packets.
Let's compare these two files.
It's
And
not as smooth all the time, but you see, I'm seeing his stripped Humulabu expanse as well.
Yeah.
And this happens transparently, completely transparently to him.
Do you know
so-
why it is?
The question is, even though the file is encrypted, why I'm still able to see it? What? Yes. You deserve a candy.
Yeah. Okay. So this is because encrypting file system encrypts data in a file system, not across the network.
Let me draw it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter
so
will explain it.
So in a network, when the client connects to the file server, this is the file server. So file server keeps files on their disk. Well, when you request the encrypted file from the disk, first, let me show it in green, the file somewhere in here. First, it got decrypted to memory. And then it's transferred to a client in the same clear text. So encrypted file system is a method of saving files, of keeping them on disk, but not to transfer them by the network. That's why. Okay. Any more suggestions?
Yeah, maybe you can help me with something else.
What about TrueCrypt or VeraCrypt encrypted disks? Store images or server?
This is a good idea.
Yes, we have not tested this here, but as far as I know, encrypted. The file will be encrypted on the server, and the traffic will should come unencrypted.
Wait, but the encryption client is on
Yeah.
computer or server is only encrypted file, and you need to receive only encrypted
You see, I still have candies.
Yes, that's a good question. Actually, we will test it afterwards.
Thank you.
Yeah, this will work. This will work. Do you use it in that way? Do you use?
TrueCrypt closed down and they said to use big
Surprise, TrueCrypt is closed. Thank you very much. Thanks for your suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. Any other suggestions? How can we?
ITSEC, good idea. You have your candy already. Any more ideas?
Well, maybe.
Version 3 with encryption.
We will check it. We will test it. Any more ideas?
Office 365.
Probably a good
All
one
right.
too. But
I'd like to see how your accounting application will work with 365. Well, is
maybe
your
some other encryption methods. No.
yeah. Archive with a password.
Yeah, why not?
Do you think it's a good idea? Let's give it a try. You
Let's test
deserve your candy.
Okay, let's test it right here.
Let's test it. So, I will perform cleanup
Yeah, and in
just
the
to be sure
meanwhile-
nothing is cached.
And in the meanwhile, I will add to archive.
Okay, Kane. Spoofing.
Let's put some password in it.
And on top of this, network miner. Okay, Tom. You can try to copy paste your file, which is encrypted or something. I really want to see it in network miner. Let's cross your fingers. Workstation, change workstation. Save to shared. Okay, come on, guys. Packets were reassembled, so I have some zip. Let's check what's inside. It's some Excel file. Well, I don't know the password. What do I do next? Let's try some tool. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? I will copy this file to my desktop. Yeah. Now I will launch some specific tool. Archive password recovery. Because it's a game. It's a game like this. So I will use some reduced character sets such as capitals, small letters, and digits. Okay, where is your file? Show me your file. Expenses. Oh well. It got cracked in half a second.
Oh, that's a strong password.
Well,
You deserve a candy. All right. So what about strong passwords?
yes. So actually, You're right. This is intentionally weak password this time, so we don't have to spend a lot of time in cracking it. But do you actually know how long does it take today to crack any passwords? For example, our local law is requesting that the minimum length of password is how much? How many symbols? 9, exactly. And all the complexity requirements. So what we do have, I will just make a quick note so you also see. So we have like 33 special symbols, like 26 lowercase and uppercase symbols. So alphabet and 10 digits, right? So in total, this is 95 characters. And we put it into to the power of character, like 9 characters, okay? And we will get our number of iterations. So, and this calculation leads us to one thing. For example, if we have a rig with 8 NVIDIA GTX to 1008 Ti cards, it costs about 13,000 euros, plus or minus. Of course, it consumes like 3 kilowatts of power, electricity, but it can handle NTLM hashes like 255 giga hashes per second. This means that NTLM hash with full complexity with 9 symbols will take 29 days. As you all know that 90 days is the recommended time to change the password frequently, and 8 symbols is only 7 hours. So let's say that 12 symbols is the absolute minimum, because that would take like 67,000 years to crack. But okay, NTLM v2 with full complexity 9 symbols will take 1 year. So it seems like 3 months is pretty much okay, but what if the system is much more powerful? It will take like many times less. And if we don't use special characters, for example, by default, Active Directory is not requiring special characters. You can choose only 3 complexity requirements. So then 9 symbols will take only 8 days. And 8 symbols will take only 3 hours. So it's very crucial to use longer passwords and use all the complexity requirements. So it's actually pretty scary. But okay, there's another way to protect my data, right?
Yes.
How do you think? Actually, you already answered. You just ran a little bit ahead about SMB3, right?
So this guy insists that we need to use some ITSEC or SMB encryption, yeah?
Yes. Okay, let's try it right now so everybody sees how it... Yes?
What about instead of passwords using some biometrics or ID cards?
So the question is, because I will put the microphone, what if we use the biometrics like for authentication instead of passwords? For this exercise, for this demo, the password doesn't really matter. Okay, maybe for zip, but this is about SMB. This is about, say, encrypted or protected authentication, but unencrypted data transfer. So actually, I don't care whatever you use, like 2-factor authentication or maybe password or whatever. I dump your data, your expense file, your budget, anything. Does anyone really use SMB encryption? You've got your candy already. Thank you very much. Anyone else? SMB encryption. So everyone else uses unencrypted SMB. That's great. Yeah.
Can we protect from network side? For example,
Of course, you can.
creation of SMB.
Yes, the question is if we can protect the system by the network side from the network. Yeah, if you configure, say, port security on your switch, it's much better. If you have some
IPsec.
intrusion detection system
IPsec.
as well, say IPSEC policies could be, okay, but the problem is that you need to do this. I will show you how to enable SMB encryption in a single click. You will see it right now. But you see, the problem is that you need to do this. And that's not the only problem. So, okay, let me demonstrate this. How simple is that? So it's done with this. Password cracker is done. I will perform some cleanup, maybe, yeah. So I will stop Kane. I will stop network miner. It's enough with your budget. You're such a poor person. Yeah. So, all right. So,
It's a good card though.
good what?
It's
Car?
a good car.
Good car, yeah. I see. That's why you go buy this car. Okay, so on file server, I will go to server manager and switch to file and storage services and switch to shares. And you might see, let me modify this. So the data share is in here. So I'm calling properties, and under setting, I'm just simply enabling this one, encrypt data access.
So this is the same share that I was opening and working with, not the same one.
And OK is available. OK is available. Yeah, that's good. So from now on, an encrypted access is required for this share. OK. Let me continue my attack. I'll go to Kane. I will launch ARP Spoofing. Let me check if I'm really spoofing, OK?
Yes.
Let me show you this in Wireshark, because I will use Wireshark a little bit later.
Yes,
well.
and actually I was logged off not by accident. I did it on purpose because I have to reconnect to the share in order to encryption to work.
I'm spoofing. Yes, I'm poisoning traffic, and I'm looking for this traffic in here. Just give me a second, I will show you what I'm looking for. Come on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Try to communicate with someone. Okay, you are already communicating. I'm looking for a particular block of ERP announcements.
Yeah,
Like-
but everything is working for me as before. Nothing
yeah,
changed.
because this is like how it works. So this is the announcement of my MAC address against this IP address, which is the file server, but this one is my MAC address of attacker. I'm just looking for block of announcements where all together are in here. Okay, that's enough in here. What do you say about this one? This is how ARP spoofing works. So my computer broadcasts from my MAC address that I'm all at the same time. I'm .7, .8, .220. This is ARP spoofing, okay? Okay, that's enough with Wireshark at the moment, and let me launch Network Miner. Okay, let's capture something. I want your files.
Okay,
Give me
you
your
are ready.
files.
Good. So once again,
All your files, okay?
take a look
Cars, girls, booze, what else? Gambling. Now that's the problem. Now this is for real. Network miner is unable to dump anything from this traffic, from this SMB traffic. Still nothing. Now let's see this in Wireshark. That's enough in here. Let me relaunch Wireshark. Capture. Okay, please open something. Some pictures, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Excel is opened.
Well, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you see in here? It's encrypted. I'm sorry. Something in here. It's not clear text definitely at the moment.
Yeah. So the good news is that you can no longer get my data on the fly.
Yeah. Well, there are a few issues with this, of course. The first is compatibility. It's like the minimum requirement as Windows Server 2012 or Windows 8 workstation or appropriate Linux which supports SMB version 3. So it's not limited to Windows anyway. So there are plenty of SMB clients and servers supporting this configuration. Just for instance, I know that a lot of companies still use outdated software such as Windows 7. Try this from Windows 7. Let's see if you can manage to get to this system from Windows 7. Relog on, just relog on. Enabling this requires reconnection from the client.
Okay. While I'm relogging to
Yeah.
my system. So this ARP spoofing thing and then sniffing of the traffic can happen, as you might know, not only from some computer and hacker being inside your network. It can happen from some small device that is hidden somewhere in your network, or maybe some employee which is disgruntled employee, and then he puts something inside and just then leaves and you didn't notice it. So this is actually pretty scary because on our experience in the company where I work, almost every client had somewhere some issues with SMB using, for example, some old Linux server that requires SMB, and they just cannot use something like SMB3. So this is very, very often that we see. Yeah, okay, I cannot access it, so it's unsupported.
Yes, because this outdated client is not supported anymore. That's the limitation. So the issue described was the SMB, even though it sends your credentials in hashed way, it transfers files in unencrypted way, and what you can do, enable encryption in a single click. This will increase your security in a number of ways. So who will use SMB encryption? You deserve a candy.
Okay, we actually have some time left, so I have a bonus for you regarding the passwords. Since we still have to use passwords in a lot of places, and the bad practice is to use the same password for all the places you have. I will share what I do and what I recommend to others to how to remember good, strong passwords. So the idea is the system or the phrase. For example, is this a good password? How do you think? This is actually pretty good password, despite it's very guessable, but technically it's already pretty good. So, for example, I take it a little bit longer and put it like this for email. It's just a phrase. It's very easy to remember it, and it's nothing nearly like just some random characters which you cannot remember and even cannot write normally. But this phrase you can write perfectly normal, especially if you practice like for a week or so. Okay, and spaces are not the best special character that you can choose. So first, what you can do, you just replace it with something like maybe underscores, and this is already better. You can choose whatever special characters you like. I'm just showing what can you do. So this is 28 symbols already. This is unbreakable by means of time. Maybe somebody can guess that you are using underscores everywhere and you are using words from the dictionary, and maybe somehow it's been put together, but what you can do, you can encrypt it, like mentally encrypt it further. For example, you can replace small a's with something, or maybe something else. It doesn't matter. It's up to you once again. And then you can choose some other place where you put like capital letter. For example, here. The idea is that only you know that, and you tell nobody about this. So, and the idea of the system then comes to this. For example, we have our password for email, our password for bank, our password for, I don't know, social. So and so on. You can for example, gmail.com. Why can't you use just the URL as a reminder? So you know the base password, and then add as a reminder your the place you are visiting. So by this technique, you will be able to very easily remember this password. So if you have some bank, and bank requires you to change the password frequently, right? Then of course you can put at the end something like this. For example, it can be a month, but it's also guessable maybe. And some banks are requiring you to change the first part of the password, so you cannot just put it in the end. This part must change. Okay, no problem. You can just put something like this. And if you are afraid that somebody will know that you change it every month, and now it's like October, and somebody will guess that it's a number 10, no problem. Only you will know that you are adding, for example, 3. And only you will know that. So, what do you write down and put in the safe place? You put in the safe place that your base phrase, your base key is secret. Then you put the month, for example, +3. No, then you put that the word password and put that you are replacing small a's with this. Why? Because if you put in the end then it will be like this, right? And with this system, you can make shorter passwords, of course. Whatever phrase are you comfortable with. My suggestion is for you to use at least 2 or 3 phrases, separate phrases. One for banking, one for some social media and stuff, and one for work. And for the passwords which requires changing every 2 or 3 months, you must do this every 2 months, and don't forget it. But in the worst case, if you do forget what was the last password, then you typically have like 3 or 5 times to guess, right? So if you know now it's like October, but I think I changed it in August, then I can try like 2 or 3 passwords back and most likely I will get the right one without resetting it again. So, any questions on this, or is it clear how it's been done?
Like salted password?
Yeah, kind of. Yes?
As you grow your length of your password, you also grow the probability that you mistype the password.
No, not really. Because after you type it in like 20 or 30 times, you will very quickly type it in just by muscle memory, and then that's it.
With code memory,
Yes.
we did an experiment at the Technical University of Denmark, and roughly every 31 or 32 characters would be a typing mistake.
Yes, but as I showed before, at least 15 or 16 characters is already more or less unbreakable. So you don't need to create like 30. Yes.
You have to worry about, well, not worry about, you have to be careful that you do not make your prefix or your base too long, because then if you have a long URL after it, then you will get beyond what is easily typable without mistakes.
Okay, you got the point, but yes. Of course, I use like a little bit more than 20 letters, and I very rarely get mistakes, but it's not a big deal. I just retype it and it's fine.
That's good command. Let me share some candies with you.
We'll use this password, for example, for email that doesn't encrypt it in the database. So, for example, this malicious website administrator will see this like my secret password for unsecured mail account. So I will try, for example, secret password for Gmail, and it will probably work.
Yes, of course. That is a catch, and you are right. That is why I suggested to use separate systems for separate places, for unsecured things and not so trusted things. Keep one system, and for banking keep another system, but not more than 3. It will get too complicated. Yes. So if it's clear, then actually I would insist you to try this out at home. Please do this at home and use it, and don't use the same password in all the places you go, because you can remember your passwords.
Okay, no more questions. Anyone? Well, this depends on how applications use your SMB share. If you do it, say you're working for some company, and you're just a user in this company. Well, if you encrypt your home folder, what should it be from administration point of view? This is the question. The good suggestion was ITSEC, really. Because even for incompatible clients, you can utilize ITSEC, yeah. But say encrypt a disk or something, how do you back up this disk? This is the question. So a lot of additional issues arise.
Encrypted disk actually will be local once again, and the data will be decrypted in the memory and then sent over and encrypted anyway. And PGP is for sending over the files. PGP will not allow you to work directly on the share, or will.
About the password, what about services which remember the contents of the password? For example, Microsoft remembers the patterns of your password. If you change the last digit, it will say that you will use this password before it's familiar.
Yes. You're completely right, and I had only one time when it was impossible to use even this technique, but it was only one case within 10 years. So I didn't have this issue using Microsoft accounts so far.
Maybe you are not using Microsoft accounts.
I am. Okay, well, That's it. You're free to go. Thank you.